So this last part is just a little bit of a debrief, just a short, if you need to leave early, that's fine. We're going to go a little bit over our time. And what we're just asking for is, how did you like the circle? Just kind of any feedback, and, relatively short, just and perhaps Carolina, you would be willing to lead that again?
Okay.
Work here.
So I'm looking on my screen, and first on my screen is Bill.
Okay.
Bill,
so first of all, Misty wanted to express her. She had to leave. She was very tired. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning, Australia time. So she had to go to back to bed. But she really enjoyed it, and she felt that this was, she'd done NVC and other things, but that this filled the gap that she hadn't seen. So she was really happy that she attended and experienced the listening circle. I just want to express my appreciation to everybody in the listening circle, again, especially with those whose English is a second language. I really appreciate the effort. And I'm very touched by, you're reaching out to people like me who speak one language, and I feel great about it, and I feel inspired by what I hear people are doing. That's good.
Okay, next is Sev and Valerie. Valerie disappeared, but Sev is here.
Okay.
Sev, would you unmute yourself?
Yeah, in fact, it's Valerie that is staying, and
oh,
Steph.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. She had to join her family, but I think I will ask her later, but I could see that she enjoyed and also suffered at the same time. And on my side, I'm very new to XR, and to see this spirit you have here in this group gives me really hope that and confidence that I want to be part of this group, because this is the missing part that I was a bit afraid about that this could bring problems between people, hate, fights, and I was very worried by that, and that's what retained me a bit to be fully involved in XR. But when I see you all and the way you were able to listen and to talk, I'm reassured, and I think it motivates me strongly to go on deeper in working with XR. Thank you very much to all. And maybe I tell you bye-bye now, because I want to be solidar with Severin and help with the family.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Well, next on my screen is Caroline. You are muted. Wait a minute. Okay, I unmuted you. You can talk.
Okay. Yeah, that was so beautiful. It was so enriching. I really resonated with everyone in the group and what they said. I'm integrating the action that I was just on, so I feel really deep in my body, and I'm trying to process the cellular information from being in that action still. So I do feel more emotional than the last time I was participating, and I think what I'm feeling most strongly is just really how important the connection is. It is to have a connection with each other, and to have a container, and to have a space that holds us in, particularly when we're doing actions. So I feel very grateful for everyone's presence and energy, and just, it's therapeutic to feel that heart connection.
Thank you, Caroline. Gala.
Gaia.
Gaia.
Yes, Gaia. Yes.
Gaia. I'm sorry. Like Earth.
Yeah. I am really happy to have participated today here, It has been a really amazing experience in an emotional way. I feel like every participant I've known for some time before. It has been really emotionally valid and a great basis to act better, to insist here in creating sharing. And I want to really thank you all, and in particular my partners, because they have been great, really. It's been really emotional for me. I feel happy, really, and a soothing balm for my soul. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Lou?
Thanks. So I was in a circle with Matuz and Marthy and Massimo, and I just enjoyed that thoroughly. It was really great getting to know them and hearing from them and sharing a little bit of myself with them. So, you know, again, I find this process very connecting and yeah, and I don't know, I'm moved in some other way. I can't name it. Yeah, I can't name it, but yeah, thanks. So thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Veronica?
I think that I feel better after this participation. And it was interesting experience for me, and I think that maybe my English will improve because of this, because it's good exercise.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm thinking about doing Polish speaking circles, and I hope we will kind of organize that together. Well, next is Zofia.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it went, really. When we gathered in 4, it was just another world. It changed so much. When we were in this smaller circle, I felt secure right away, and also many thanks to Carolina, who was a facilitator, because also thanks to you, the atmosphere in this small circle was really welcoming and really like, you know, there is this time pressure, but anyway, I didn't feel like being under pressure, because I could always finish the sentence. I could always somehow correct somebody that maybe didn't understand me fully. So it was all really, really good. And that, sorry to take your time, but just another thing was that we were speaking about personal stuff, but about social stuff, ecological stuff, and like systemic stuff, all of these things in this short time. And all of these things were connected in our conversation in a very organic way. And I think this is why these circles are so amazing, because somehow I feel that all these things are not like separated in me, but they have some core, they have something that glue them together. And this is what makes me feel a bit more secure and a bit more, I don't know, like alive as well. And that world just have more sense. Yes, so thank you for this.
Yay! Thank you, Zofia. Mateusz?
Hi. So I wouldn't expect such an experience. we we've been talking. We had some actually interesting change of the conversation somehow, but all the small things. Maybe we were not focused on the topics of the new revolution, which I hope to talk about. But still, the way of this empathy circle and its rules, the reflecting part was very difficult at the beginning for me, because it's very new. But as soon as you adapt, you see how you activate some new part of your brain by this reflection. So it's a new practice. It's I believe very useful, and I hope I will have a chance to practice it more, and also to talk about the extinction rebellions with you. So yeah, thank you for the time.
Thank you, Mateusz. Next is Marty.
Hi to all. Thanks to all for arranging it, being here. I did a bit of rebellion, but I'm a rebel thriver. I didn't understand all the rules, but I especially like the reflection, because we never do that in the circles where I met. I do that each day with 50 to 100 people each day, but we only talk with attention and everybody's listening, and then we do afterwards in the break or after the circle, talk with each other, but that's kind of discussion with smaller groups, everybody connecting. But what I really like is that Lou to us, do you feel heard? And that he was really doing that in action, in flowing action, and he was marvelous in it. And that's for me the rebellion extinction. People have to be heard. So thank you. I like it. Thank you.
I like it.
Okay. Suzanne.
I feel so moved and grateful for being able to listen to all of you, and somehow I'm left with a great hope that what I'm doing now has some meaning in the overall scheme of things, and particularly I like the insight that several people have said, something like listening to one another dissolves hate. That theme came out in a lot of different ways. And I think listening to one another, even within a movement, is encouraging in the sense that I'm not alone in my feelings. So I just leave feeling a lot of encouragement for how much common values a lot of us have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Suzanne. Well, I will leave the last word to Edwin, so now I will do a little bit feedback. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I was very nervous today about how it will go, and now I feel kind of calm and released. But I also feel encouraged to do Polish empathy circle, and I truly believe that learning to speak empathically and listen empathically, reflecting other people, especially when we, for example, disagree with each other, creates creates great relation between me and my opponent, and actually it leads to creating different community. If we would practice that in our local groups, I believe we would become different communities. And that's a vast part of regenerative culture. That's how I see it. And I believe to create this different civilization and culture inside the movement and then spread this culture outside the movement, it's the thing I would like to participate in it. That's how we can change the world. Starting with us, with creating different community, different than what we see outside of our movement and what we want to change. So we first need to learn how to create different relations between us, and then to spread that. That's what I believe, and that's what I would like to do. And I feel encouraged. Today I feel encouraged to do that. So thank you very much for this meeting.
Thank you, Carolina. Yeah, I feel the same way that, well, there's a lot of technical things to deal with. You know, people are like, oh, do we record, not to record? So a little bit of stressful things. But then I got into the circles, just hearing everyone speak, you know, sharing their grief, you know, and their hopes and, you know, just their struggles. And I just feel like this deep sense of connection just from hearing, you know, everyone's deeper truth. So that also gives me hope. And just like you were saying, Carolina, that, you know, we need this at the foundation of what we're doing. We need to listen to each other. And it's simple. It's just if people can listen to each other and have some tools for how to do that. And I think that's what the empathy circle does provide, is just like a first simple tool for holding, for people, just everyone feeling heard. And so I do feel sort of warm all over. So I feel pretty good. So feeling pretty excited. So to continue, we have our XR Empathy Cafe group. I hope everyone's part of that. If not, you know, in the event page, you can find the link to it. And so next week we'll do another one of these. Tomorrow we have another one at the same time. If you want to just get some practice, it's going to be on the topic of privilege. It's not a XR specific group. It's on for bridging political divides, but it's a good way to just get more practice with this, because we would like to have everyone just learn the skills so you can learn how to facilitate this, feel comfortable, and take it to your own communities. So that takes practice, and so we hope to support you in that. Yeah, Carolina?
I would like to remind that we have facilitators group that works on Saturday. Would you tell something about it, Edwin?
Oh yeah, so we meet.
And the group on Fridays, what we do with XR.
Yeah, there's a little bit of background. We have this group. I think maybe we'll continue with these empathy circles on Fridays. This was a bit of an experiment here, but I think it's good just have an open empathy circle for XR every Saturday. Maybe we need to create a separate group, maybe
every Friday.
Yeah, every Friday to begin with. And then Saturdays we have one for the political divides at the same time. It's 10 p.m. Pacific, whatever time yours is. And then half an hour later, which would be in about 20 minutes on Saturdays, we have a facilitators group. So you can join that, and we talk about your experience with facilitation and supporting you in any struggles or you have in holding your own empathy circles. So we're kind of building this up, and we'll just kind of expand and grow as there is interest, and kind of spread this practice. So I think that, Susan?
And even if you're not a facilitator, you can come to the facilitators meeting, perhaps in preparation for becoming a facilitator.
Yeah, to learn. Mm-hmm, exactly.
So is that
everyone's welcome?
Past?
What?
Yeah. So is that like 8:30?
It would be half past. It would be in about 15 minutes from whatever,
okay, cool.
But on Saturday,
At 10 a.m., not 10 p.m. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Pacific. Yeah,
Right,
thank you. Sorry about that. Sorry.
But on Saturdays, not
on Saturday,
Fridays.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Thank you
continue the dialogue in our Facebook group. You can post there. You can post questions, and I'll be putting the clip up, that 10-minute clip, how to take part. And there's a 25-minute clip that I'll be posting pretty soon too. Yeah, Carolina?
One more thing. I think that we should listen to, well, facilitators of this today meetings, we know a lot about empathy circle, but we would like to learn from you, from your experience, what you need, what are your needs to, and where you see the opportunity to use empathy circle, how you would like to work on it, how you would like to spread it. We want you to tell us. We don't want to just, regulate and manage everything. We want to give you the opportunity to use it and kind of help you.
Support. Yeah, we want to be there to support you because it's tough, bringing it into a new environment. There's a lot of challenges, and we're here to support each other in that.
But the idea is feel free to use it, and we will help you.
Yeah, there's other comments? Okay, none.
I just wanted to ask, so is there a meeting for making a how-to shorter 5-minute film, or did that pass?
I've already created that. It's a 9-minute clip.
Okay.
It's that slideshow, and I'll be posting that shortly.
Does that have talking?
Oh, you mean like a modeling of how we actually?
Yeah.
That's going to be another project too, I think. There'll be additional clips. So we'll be creating a whole series of videos. So if you're interested in that, if you come to the facilitator meeting, we can talk about the nuts and bolts of that, if that's...
Okay, yeah, cool. That's the one I'm really focused on. I really would like to do a video for that, to use, in my group. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
So you're talking about a demonstration of the process as opposed to an explanation of the process?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
see you tomorrow.
If I may ask